Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Tuesday, July 16th, 2019. Today is more of the Pyanodon's playthrough, as per usual, and today the focus will be on setting up the logistics for the molybdenum plate processing, including making more of whatever other inputs I need to make more of along the way. Now, I will note, we'll have to do the loading again because I was playing some Pyblock earlier. Wow, another update on Factorio, didn't it just update? Fixed a minor redundant error. Okay, whatever. Part of me is like tempted to just not play Factorio for quite some time until it's actually somewhat finished in terms of updates, because that does get slightly annoying. So yeah, on my own time, I have been mucking about in Pyblock a bit. I have read Science Automating. I'm transitioning into electric stuff. Just about the only thing I have left that's still using Steam are the little burner quencher towers that exist. But running into a little bit of an issue where I am bottlenecked on the amount of copper. So yeah, copper is what my limitation is currently. Have plenty of iron. I don't even need to tap a additional iron rock at the moment, but I do need a lot more copper. So yesterday they released version 1757, and it broke this sync mods. And apparently there was also a crash that got introduced when you go into settings, into other settings. It would just immediately crash the game. So we're now on version 1758, and this is now fixed again. So with 1757, every single one of these check marks was automatically ticked. So every single check mark was ticked. Every single mod, well, most mods, even if it was disabled, would still come up as, like, correct, or, it would come up as if they were on, and it would try to turn on everything. And no matter what save I had, it was doing that. There was nothing that was correct. Basically, every single save was doing that. And then they also, so you can actually revert to any previous version of the experimental version 17 to a point in the Steam betas tab for the game. And when I went to try and revert to 1756 so I could, sync my mods, but for a while there, 1756 as labeled in Steam was actually giving you 1757, and you weren't actually able to get 1756 for a little bit. So you had to load up 1755, which meant that you couldn't load any save game made in 1756, but you could sync if you were playing a map since 55 or prior. You could load the mods from one of those older saves and then exit, load up 57, even though marked as 6, and then play the game from there on your recent save. But they did fix that rather quickly, pretty much within minutes after I was posting about it on Twitter. It had been fixed already. So then it's just, okay, just load up 56 and play as normal at that point until 58 hit. And now that 58 has hit, and I know things are fixed. Everything is awesome again. So today, in the game, in our Pyanodon's playthrough, there is logistics work to be done. Lots and lots of logistics work to be done. So I need to get drill heads out here. Currently, I have drill heads being sent in here for niobium. I need to now route these around, over, up, and over. Alternatively, I think I want to maybe try and avoid some of the volcanic stuff here, but it looks like there's no real way around that. So, I think I'll route this. It'll go up, over to the water, up, and then over into my molybdenum patch. And then I have to combine the two lines of the molybdenum. So this top, this middle, and this bottom belt are going to be the drill heads in. These other two are the molybdenum ore out. These two need to merge. That looks interesting. That is an interesting shape. Things that make you go, Anyway. I have to bring this molybdenum ore all the way over here. So we need ore from here to here. We also need all of the various other things processed up here. Oh, and while I'm down here, I should also have somewhere. Where are you? Right here. Hey, it's full. Do. It is full! I can paint the world. Continue painting the world. Off we go. Beautiful world painting. I'll zoom out because I think that is a little bit loud. I'll keep bringing that up. So I need the ore in, I need to do something with the gravel. I need water in. I need nitrogen in and tailings out. I need more water in. I need the filtration media in, and I need hydrogen in. So I need to bring hydrogen and nitrogen. That is a lot of nitrogen, potentially. So I will likely also need to scale up a little bit on the nitrogen production. I'm not worried at all about power. I need to get my filtration media bust. That is being made right here at up to 2.5 per second. Not currently able to do that much. It is limited exclusively by pure sand at the moment. Because I'm pretty sure I've got the 1.5 on the activated carbon. The activated carbon is being made right here. I am apparently making 6 or 3.75 per second. It's being used to make refined syngas at the moment, but the refined syngas is only used when I need niobium, and things are working out right now such that I don't need too much of that. Okay. While I'm here, Oh, that's why. That explains it. It's because of that. Anyway. Also, there we go. Oh, hello. Need some more undergrounds. As per usual. This is the final lane. And then I am starting the third lane already. So, doinky doinky. Filtration media! It's going to be used for plenty of things. Other things. It might actually be better to use the filtration media for certain things that have the option between activated carbon and filtration media, because ultimately I think the filtration media uses less activated carbon in the end. So just gonna route this up to where it's needed in the molybdenum processing chains. I may as well connect all of the other gases and such while I'm at it. So it was you, I think. The filter. That would make sense. You know, it would probably make a bit of sense if it was the filter that required the filtration media. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, hey, I have my iron line up here. So I can actually get accurate spacings. Not gonna bother with any of these. If only I could actually draw a straight line, that would be ideal. What the heck are you? Lead. Lead-rich rock. That's the first time I've actually noticed what the graphic looks like on that. It's like, oh, hello, lead-rich rock. That is the first. Technically speaking, excuse me, rock dye, thank you. I should do that. Remember, this is the third lane of 4. These actually, these look good. I like how these look. Tempted to do the Bob's adjustable inserters, at the very least. Add that to this, just to get the right angle insertion. Just to be able to adjust angles and things like that. But it's a little bit overpowered, I think, because you can take fast inserters and make them long-handed. So it sort of defeats the purpose of having long-handed inserters existing. Alright, so then I need to set up pipes for everything. That's all that connected. This actually gives a water out. That's interesting. I'll leave it at that. Interesting. Wait, am I missing a step here? That makes moss 2. Where's my move 3? What? I missed a step. Mu 3 or molybdenum trioxide. High pressure furnace. So I'm missing a step. I need the high pressure furnace. Making my Mu 3. And this will need oxygen in. And this takes in... I think that the way it was set up is that it's 1. Yeah, it's just the 1. Even though one of these filters can feed 2, what's going to be coming in is only going to end up being 1. Also, I need to plan that this is going to exist at some point as well. As a coke in. So I might want to move this up 1 more. These are going to be making solid concentrate. Which means I'm not going to be able to feed it on this side. Fortunately, these make a fluid pulp, so I can insert here. I need to take into account the tailings. May as well not split up everything. Get all of this done while I'm here. And then we can focus on actually getting all of the inputs sorted. You need water. Okay, that's those. You don't need any fluids in or out. You are taking in stuffs. You are outputting stuffs. You are outputting stuffs. And you are inputting a full yellow belt, so that means each one needs 5 per second, so you need more than 1, I think, if I look at the inserter speeds again, bring that up. This is from a belt, perpendicular, +2 on a yellow belt. That's 4.5 items per second, so yes, it is a little short, so I need 4. I need 2 for each, and that will feed in fully. Now these will output more than... Okay, so that means instead of that, I need this. It's unfortunate spacing, but I'll deal with it. I'll insert on this side, I guess. That 1.8 is within the realm of possibility for a single thingy. Now, I do have to do something with the gravel. Send it somewhere. Probably will just burn. Do I even have a burner line anywhere nearby? I don't think so. Oddly enough. How many burners do I have sitting around? Not even remotely close to enough. You know what, I'm actually gonna go into my sounds and turn... Is it walking sounds? I'm going to assume that it's walking sounds. Yes, it is walking sounds. Just turn that metallic footfall sound down a fair bit. So, gravel comes out of you. No, it's stone out of you. What am I thinking? It is straight up stone coming out of you. I know what I'm going to do with this stone. It's going to be turned into... Ooh, I don't have any assembling machines on me. Oh, noes. Do I have an automated factory? I do. As big as it is. I can just shove this, like, here, and, make landfill out of any stone that comes in. I really don't need loaders for this, but it's what I got, so it's what I'm doing. Alright, that'll get rid of my stone. It's you that makes the gravel. You make gravel. And that is what I need to do something with in probably a set of burners that will exist right here. Why right here, you ask? Well, it's because I have this nice and convenient line of coal right there. And then I can bring in gravel right there. Yes, this will impact my ability to scale, but do I see myself having to scale this up anytime soon? Probably not. We shall see when I end up needing more than half of a plate per second of molybdenum. Ideally, at that point, I'd be bot-based, so I wouldn't have to worry anymore about it. Okay. I wish these were just one more tile. just one more tile on the supply area, 8 by 8. That would have been so nice. Unfortunately, not the case. Oh, but this will impact my ability to get molybdenum ore in. Oops. You know what? For scale's sake. For my own comfort. We're gonna bring in the molybdenum right there. That'll be the ore in. That makes this a little bit easier, actually. Do I see myself needing any more carbonyl sulfide than what I'm currently making for a little bit? Probably not. Probably don't need that anytime soon. So you've got your inputs and outputs all sorted. I've got gravel being taken care of. I've got that for water. That for tailings. That for water. Now this is going to be a little bit interesting. Little bit. I have to figure out how I want to route this. Probably like this. That's that tailings. And then oxygen. Glorious oxygen. That is just fine with a single inserter. And then it's the electrolyzer, making the actual molybdenum plates. Yeah, like so. And it, yeah, one inserter is just fine on that. Technically speaking, one inserter is just fine on the output of that as well. This will need to be behind a valve of some description. If not straight up sunk. I guess I'll just sink this small output of water, this tiny little bit. And you know what? It makes sense. Why does it make sense that you would get water out of this process? Do you see how oxygen is being fed into this to make Mu3, molybdenum trioxide? And then here you're adding hydrogen. So you're taking something with oxygen and you're adding hydrogen to it. You're breaking down. You're basically removing oxygen from your Mu3 to get into your plates here, and you're getting water out of it. So that actually does somewhat make some sense that you would get water out of that process. And also this is molybdenum disulfide. The actual name of this, MOS2. Molybdenum disulfide and molybdenum trioxide. It's all wonderful chemistry. Beautiful, wonderful chemistry. And then this will probably just go right into a box for now. Now I think that we're good? Are we good now? Can I run some pipe? I think I can run some pipe now. what is this again? This is the, oh, right. This is this. Yeah. Pretty sure. That's that. That's that. That's a fluid out. This is a solid out. This is a fluid out. A solid through direct insertion all the way up. Okay, that is our setup currently. Do I have a car nearby? Not nearby, but good enough. How is that water doing? I wonder sometimes how my water's doing. Looks like I actually have oxygen already brought all the way up here. Why exactly? Oh, right. I need to feed oxygen into my basic oxygen furnaces, my BOFs, to feed my molten copper. So I have that already up here. That is awesome. Have the oxygen already up here. I need to run the hydrogen, and I need to run the nitrogen up here, and the tailings. Yes, and the tailings. Now, the tailings should probably be the closest one. As I go down, I'm looking for tailings somewhere. Where are you? Alright, go all the way down here. Which one is tailings? You are tailings. Tailings right next to the saline water. Directly next to the saline water, which is directly next to the molten copper. So, skip one from molten copper, and that is tailings. I should have 2 here for tailings. Excellent. Grab that. Question, why is my stuff here stopped? Why has my filtration media stopped production? Because there's not enough pure sand. Okay, a product of there not being a backup on the glass. So this is part of the overall issue with this filtration media and how I have this currently routed. So I have pure sand being produced, though that pure sand is being consumed in the production of glass, which is also needed for filtration media. So I was using an overflow of the pure sand to feed my filtration media, but it appears as if the amount of glass being consumed at the moment is high enough. Wait, why? What pulled glass down here? I have no idea what pulled glass down here. No idea. Yeah, these... My lamps pull glass whenever I need raw fiber. And the raw fiber is moving to feed the sulfur for fuel. And is needed for the rayon for batteries. So as the batteries back up, yeah, that is ending up pulling on some of the glass. But yeah, so this means that at some point I need to scale up how much pure sand I am producing. But no matter, that's fine. It'll be fine. So, I need hydrogen and nitrogen. Where are those lines? So, nitrogen is being made somewhere. Where is my nitrogen? I know I had to make nitrogen. Not down here. Oh, nitrogen. Was it? It was after Nextlet. Wow, okay. Here is nitrogen. It is not currently being bussed. So, I guess welcome to the party. Party on the bus. Right down here. Now, how much of this is being produced per second? 40! Oh my gosh. Alright, well, do I have the ability to turn purest to nitrogen into nitrogen? I do. In a filter. I have filtration media. I should probably do that. This is... Alright, so do I have the ability to make a filter? If I can find wherever the heck the filter is. Coal processing. Small parts and assembling machines. I'll go down and grab some assembling machines rather than handcraft them. I'll put down more tile on my way. La-di-di-di-da, more aluminium tiles. Gotta paint that whole world. Okay, filters. Here. Make a few of them. So this will give me something to do with the purest nitrogen gas. Here's the thing, I thought filtration is supposed to remove impurities, so why is it called purest nitrogen going into nitrogen? Wouldn't it be impure being filtered to normal nitrogen, N2? I don't know the complexities of this. I did not go that far in various chemical studies. Most I ever took was the second semester the second semester lecture of organic chemistry. So that's like as far as I've gone on chemistry is through organic, and didn't even do the lab on the second semester of the organic. First semester though, I got to do some chromatography, which that was interesting. But yeah, anyway, I can, well, I'm currently burning Purist. Let's get ourselves the filter down so I can get a good idea, or better idea, of what my new production is going to be. Now, I think it's safe-ish. Of course not. Sticking it in between. Of course not. Well, I clearly can't place that there. I can place it there. At least give me that space. So, nitrogen from Purist. This uses basically nothing. Pulls in basically nothing to make more. So I've got 48 per second. So I need 3 filtration thingies. And that'll give me a lot of nitrogen. That'll give me a lot closer to what I'm looking for on the nitrogen production that I so desperately need. However, I don't think I'll be doing it down there. I need a better location for this. Now, at the moment, this is being used just to kill off extra organic matter. So I technically can probably do this right up here. Just as long as I have a spot to bring in the filters. So I have 3. Now, 112.5 plus 40 is 152.5. How much gets consumed up here? 37.5 up to... How much will be consumed up here? In these hydrocyclones. It won't be 120, if I'm not mistaken. $15 per second. I made notes on this. 75 per second. Processing 75 per second is 5. So 75 per second is how much of 90? What is this ratio? Oh. It is 100 every 5. So 100 every 5 would be 20 and then times 3. 60. What? And then, yeah, that's crafting speed 1. Wait. Oh, right. I'm doing this math wrong. I am doing this math wrong. Oh boy. 90 over 120.75 times, excuse me, 120 over 90 times 75. Oh. Over 90 times 75. 100. So 100. 100 per second of the nitrogen. 100. And we're making 152.5. That works. That works just fine. We're good. We're good with nitrogen as long as we are processing it fully. That being said, I don't have the filtration media to consistently process it fully, now do I? This assumes I have enough filtration media per second being produced, and about that, see? I do not. I donut. I donut. So nitrogen. How can I get nitrogen? I can get it out of bitumen or shale oil with nickel. I can get it out of tholins, of course, as well as out of purist or out of, after some tech, out of cold, clean air, apparently. That's a lot. Wow. Okay. That is a lot. Otherwise, you get it out of this recipe, and then you have to convert the purist into nitrogen through here. So, yeah, it looks like I need more stuff and things. Yeah, stuff and things. Glorious things. Hmm. 0.56 filtration media per second. How much am I actually making on that filtration media per second if it were to go fully? I have completely forgotten. It's right here. 2.5. Okay, that's fine. That's just fine. Oh, poor Tinridge Rock, getting covered by all of the things. All of the things. Whoops. Remember that the lead is the second line. There we go. So that will eventually be filtration media in. I think I just have to scale up my pure sand. Pure sand only from this sand. I need better ways of getting sand. Much better ways of getting sand. You can convert iron sticks into sand. What? In a sand extractor. Can I make a sand? I can make a sand extractor. Do I have the niobium? I do. What's missing? Chromium. Ahumma. Where's my chromium? Oh, chromium? Wherefore art thou? It be here. No, that's lead. That be lead, not chromium. If I go down far enough, I can find some chromium. This is chromium. The glorious chromium. So, about that sand extractor. So, you can convert iron sticks into whatever the effing F you want. Huh. Well, I know what I'm doing for titanium and pie block. If I can get here. Because pie block has a recipe for turning rich dust into titanium. It's like, ooh, I can directly convert iron into titanium. Isn't that beautiful? I like that you can just make stone out of iron. That seems handy. Or just make gravel out of iron wherever you want. And then sand out of iron. But it's iron sticks, not iron per se. And one of these gives you 5 units of sand per second. That gives you 10, 10, 10, 10, and 15. Operates on a different scale of time, though. Okay, kitty. You're dreaming now. Did you just hear that? That. I mean, he's been sitting here right next to me, sleeping the entire time. All right, well then, sand. Then it's whatever the heck machine. Washer. Washer. I'm assuming yes. Oh, washers. Washing machines. You take in. So if I'm gonna want, like, the full belt of pure sand, or at least more pure sand, what is. Okay, so 2 of these for 4 of these to give 8 per second. So I'm going to want more stone brick. And I'm going to want another sand extractor. And an automated factory. Cool beans. Cool beans. Beautiful beans. Oh look, the glass stopped. So now it's actually making more of this. Yeah, this uses a full thingy. So what I can do is do this, like here, I guess. It's, to... I'll go ahead and, probably destroy these, or get rid of them for now. And I will probably do a little bit of a reroute. Cat finally got up and is now digging away in his litter box. Okay, now I have some space to work with. So this starts with turning iron into sticks. Now, I don't need a lot of sticks. I'll note. So, I only need like 1 per second on sticks total to run this, because sand extractors are apparently amazing. Yeah, why would I use the soil thingies and make Why would I make sand from soil ever again? That... Yeah, why should I be doing any of this process if I can just shove a little bit of iron in and get a full 15 units of sand for 4 of these at 2 per second. Actually, 3 of these. 3 of these give me 15 per second on sand for 1.5 units of sticks per second. So I can eliminate this entire line of machines pulling power and have as much sand as I want. A full belt of sand coming out to feed into this. To then get washed and turned into pure sand. My, that sounds like a bit of a plan for a little bit later. Now, this is going to make 10, so I do need an evened belt on the output. This doesn't need to exist any further. And then this will be feeding 4 washers that I'm actually going to offset down 1. Oh, that spacing. Hello, kitty. Welcome back. How's my kitty? Is he feeling fine? He's actually in pain today. I can tell. He's not doing so good. So what I'll do is I'll actually not output. I could though. No, I'm not. I'll output here. And then here's the trick. Here be the trick. Say, you do that, and then you input priority where you want the input priority to be. So, do I want to input priority the overflow? Which ultimately also has burners to help with it. I think I will priority the overflow. Now, these, of course, are making pure sand. I do have to bring water in, and I do have to bring tailings out. Each of these is 2.5 per second, so blues are fine. This will bring the 200 per second pull on water, okay. This is gonna be interesting, because I'm going to have to do the split off on the iron like way up there. And then pull it down, up and over. Alright, there's the sticks. That was water in, so this should be full of water. Yep. Then it's tailings out. I'm gonna have to offset this. And I should have the tailings line somewhere. Excuse me? Tailings? Have I not run the frickin' tailings? Tailings is 2 over from copper. Yes, yes. I had better be remembering that correctly. Tailings is 2 from copper. Where is the thing I was just running? Right here. Tailings are there. That's where they exist. They exist there. Excuse me. That. Alright, tailings, you're gonna get connected right now. Right now, you be connected. Just like so. That's connected down below, then I have to connect up above. All the way up here to hook up the outputs that will eventually be outputting. There we go. From these. Excellent. So much logistics work. Alright, and that, theoretically, is that. This just guarantees that I have enough pure sand going in to actually feed this fully. And I should have enough sand, more than enough, or exactly enough sand, I should say, to feed these. And all should be well in the universe, as they say. All for a little tiny bit of iron sticks. Just a little tiny bit of iron, half of an iron plate per second. I can feed enough sand in for this. Half of an iron plate. And I'm sure Pyanodon will, when he sees that I've finally started using sand extractors, be pretty happy that I have finally seen the light on the new items that I have available to me. Because, holy crap, these things are so good. Holy crap, these things are so good. They're good. They're really, 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 really good. They are the, okay, give me gravel, give me stone, give me coarse fraction, give me rich dust. Just a button to push for immediate things. They are so powerful. I would hazard and say that they are perhaps a little bit too powerful, but at the point you get them in the game, maybe it's okay. Maybe at this point in the game that is the logical progression that saves on space. At the cost, sure, it's at the cost of iron. Actually, if anything, you know what I would do? If I were to nerf them in any way, I would increase the cost of iron sticks. That's how I would do it. I would increase the iron stick cost. Double. Because honestly, a half iron plate per second for, or let's pose it as this way, an iron plate per second for a full yellow belt plus 1 per second of output of pure sand. You can think of that as the output of pure sand, or you can think of it as for 75%, or no, 0.75 per second, 0.75 per second of iron, or yes, 0.75 per second of iron for a full yellow belt of sand. 0.75 for a yellow belt of sand. Does that make sense? So this is pulling in half of a plate per second, right? This is the equivalent of half of a plate of iron per second. For a full yellow belt of sand, you're looking at 0.75 per second of iron on this conversion, and it's 150 kilowatts of energy. 150 versus the... Alright, well, it's 100 on the washers, but it's something like 400 plus? It's 400 on soil extractors. So soil extractors is 400 on energy. It's like... And it uses a crap ton of water. And all the pipes to feed in all the water. It's like, really? I can replace this whole thing. This whole line can be replaced with 3 sand extractors. 3. And like a thing making sticks somewhere from an iron belt in. That's nuts! That's totally nuts! And then 6, 7, 8. 8 of these. And you've got a yellow belt of pure sand plus 1. 20 per second. So now it's 4 sand extractors. 1 for 1 plate per second. You can get a full yellow belt of pure sand. Woohoo? Maybe? Now we're limited on activated carbon. Oh hey, it's limited by nitrogen. Gee, what's limiting my nitrogen? It's likely the fact that I am not venting my purest nitrogen anymore. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whatever shall we do? Well, let's convert our purest nitrogen into nitrogen. Now, have I actually done that? Yes, I have connected all that up. Now I just have to feed the things with the filters. Oh. There we go. And now I am converting all of my beautiful 48 per second into what should be enough. It's not exactly 112 and a half coming out. It's... what is the ratio here? It's a 1 to 2. It's twice, double what you're putting in. So 48. 48 by 2, 96 plus 40, 136 total nitrogen coming out. A little bit's being used in the production of the activated carbon to feed into the filtration media that is being used to feed more carbon, to feed more nitrogen. Hey, it's a feedback loop. I would hope that it's a positive feedback loop, to be fully honest with you. I hope that's a positive feedback loop. I would think that it would be a positive feedback loop. You pull in 1.5, 3 of these, 4 of these, definitely gives more than 1.5 per second, so that is perfectly fine. And yet, you're still not getting enough nitrogen? Why? Have I miffed and not... oh, I haven't... I have miffed, and I haven't actually connected anything up. So... I need... a spot for nitrogen on the bus. And I think the very last line is free. So whatever this line is next to the propene should be the very end, yes. No, it's not. Ah, my carbonyl sulfide uses the last line. Alright, well then. Do I then take the opportunity and just use these 2 slots? I think so. I think I'll just use these 2 slots here. Really? Unfortunately, by doing this, you're forced into doing stuff like this. Alright, that connects them, by the way. That connects things together. one of these days I'm gonna go through and actually redo my pipes. Maybe when I have bots, that might be a much better idea. Alright, so now I should absolutely have more than enough nitrogen being fed in to this. And that will guarantee I have the carbon for the filtration media. Oh yeah, I like seeing this backup. It's excellent and amazing. The amazing things for filtration media. I could do the same thing. I could have 2 more sand extractors. 3 more sand extractors giving me gravel to feed this. Out of iron. Out of thin iron. Okay, next. I have to now run that pipe for the nitrogen the rest of the way up to where it will be consumed by the molybdenum. Oh, you're getting up, kitty? Ooh, but I'm going to need some more niobium undergrounds. Oh, and I don't have enough stuffs to handcraft too many, so off we go. And once I get this nitrogen line run... Oh, you just repositioned. Okay. Once I get this nitrogen run, then I have to run the hydrogen, which should just be a simple straight shot up from where it's being burned, where I'm burning the excess into energy. And then it's a lot of belt running afterwards. If I can make it through the maze of rocks. So right down here. Oh, niobium. So convenient that I have salt to feed my niobium. So very convenient. What do I not need? Those. Those thingies. I could load the car. Not going to. Once I get this hydrogen run and nitrogen run all the way up the bus, I will take a break, and then when I come back it'll be about placing the pipe. All of the pipe, not the pipe, the belt. Placing the belts. That shall be what it is all about. Placing the beautiful belts. Okay, hydrogen apparently stops here. Okay, hydrogen. Bonk. Thank you for that. For that. Bonk. More bonking. Lots more bonking. Don't run into your own car, please. Again. all the way up. In fact, the hydrogen goes to the very end. The bitter end is hydrogen. To the bitter end. And then nitrogen. The nitrogen is officially right next to that propene. I think. No, next to the carbonyl sulfide, which is also next to that propene. Okay, and then I should have the thingy for nitrogen. There we go. That would be nitrogen. Now just going to confirm that everything that needs to be connected out here is connected out here. It appears so. It's all hooked up, ready to go. Just have to finish running this nitrogen. Then it'll be time for the break. The normal break. Seeing as how it's already 11:30, we have reached the halfway point of the stream for the day. Would have liked to be completely done by now, but as usual, things don't quite work out as quickly as one would like. That is pretty much always the case. I am running a little bit low on these. So I'll go ahead and set some of those up to craft. So that's the nitrogen. The nitrogen has been run. Alright, when I get back from the break, I will be grabbing a lot of belt. Because I need to run power out to my molybdenum ore. I also... That is a big iron, wow. Anyway, I need to run the power out, I need to run the drill heads over, up, over, split into 3, and I need to merge the molybdenum and run that up there, and then I need to power all of this as well. But once that is taken care of, we will have our molybdenum plates, and I can begin to move on to the nickel processing. So nickel will be done immediately following getting some non-zero amounts of molybdenum. I will be back shortly. I have returned. So during the break I was thinking, you know what? It's totally a reasonable idea for me to convert iron to stone to landfill, isn't it? Isn't that a wonderful idea, that you can actually convert iron to landfill directly? Just iron to landfill. Is it worth converting iron plate to landfill? Likely not. Just gonna throw that out there. Probably not. In fact, what I'd probably want to do is take the overflow from this lane and start making that into landfill. I think I'm going to do that. Get that started and moving to build up a bit of a buffer of landfill. In fact, I haven't used any of this yet, but I think I'm gonna make a warehouse as well. Take this line of stone, convert it into landfill. Now the wood is way back before the turnoff. I'm going to go back here anyway to pick up and store stuff. Belts, I should point out, because primarily we're going to be working with belts at this point to start actually mining the molybdenum. That's not wood, that is clay. This is wood. So, warehouse. Warehouses. How large of a building is this? First time actually making this item. It is big. I like a lot. So I'm gonna go out and pick up more belt. May actually make another warehouse, to be completely honest. Storage size 800. Does that not beat the hell out of Angel's warehouses? And it's a smaller footprint. I think Angel's warehouses are like 600, something like that. Yeah, I could take all this disparate stuff and just shove it into a singular warehouse. Speaking of which, I want to paint the world. Yes, I know that just gave me a bunch of stone brick in the process. But I sort of want to hold on to a bit of stone brick. You can take all of this stuff that I don't really need right now. I want that, though. Did I already set up the inserters out there? I think I did, but I'll hold on to this stuff. And then as for... yeah, I want to keep this one. Always good to keep a little bit of iron and copper on you. And get rid of the foundry. The factory I want. Only need one of those, though. Never know when you need an offshore pump, but, anyway. Can I just do that? I can, and I will. As dumb as it is. As dumb as it is. I am going to use loaders. Ugh. All this for something temporary. Like, all of this for something incredibly temporary. So yeah, all of this is going to unload into this beautiful warehouse that happens to be sitting right where I would do red belts, but never mind. We're not doing red belts anytime, even remotely soon, and I'm likely going to just move this anyway when I do the setup for red belts. Alright, I think I'm ready to go now. I just need to remember... Oh, right! That's the other thing. If I could just create stone out of iron, small amounts of iron, that means I inherently have as much stone brick as I want, or could ever desire, and I have complete and total control over how much stone I'm producing, and total control over where I'm producing it, too. Because wherever I have iron, I can have stone. So that's incredibly interesting. These are drill heads. These are drill heads. Am I bussing? I am. What is shorter? The distance from here to here. I know the straight line distance is shorter. Or the distance from here to here. I'm just thinking in terms of number of belts. In order to go from here to here, I would have to go up, over, up, and over. And I think that this distance, plus this distance, plus this distance, plus this distance, is greater than this distance plus this distance. I think that that's actually more belt to go from here to here than to go as straight as possible. So I'm actually gonna do that, and conveniently I can take a detour to the stone. How convenient that I can do things with my stone along the way. Granted, I do have to go all the way around this gigantic Zapier line. My Zapiers. My beautiful Zapiers. Not even doing anything with your blood meal yet. One day. But not today. Where even... further to the north, I'm gonna go this way and around. Where even? Nexlet, that's where it was. Oh, hey, car. Hello, you're in the way. You are in my way. My own car. My own car is in my way. Oh, you're limited by lubricant. Not like I really need the Nexlet per se. So why did I put that splitter there? Asked no one. I put that splitter there so that I'm not losing throughput on this belt due to those ground borers. Those borers do require a lot of drill heads, and I want to make sure that I have the opportunity later on, if I need to set up priority splitters and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna stick this here. And stick... oh. Of course. Guess stick that there. Pull this back a little bit. Get a loader on the input. You are making landfill. A lot of landfill, apparently. And, yeah, power. You will take in all of the excess. All of it. Every single little bit. I should also probably run another line to make this even faster. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll do another offshoot. This is gonna be tricky though. This is bigger than 5. Does that even help me? I don't think so. No, it doesn't. But this does. This looks so dumb. But it functions. And that's what I primarily care about. It works. But I want the priority to be feeding this. This takes priority over everything else. Okay, okay. So now this will slowly but surely build up on landfill. Oh hey, the drill heads have caught up. I cannot draw straight. Should I go up and over? I think I go up and over. The stone wool requires steam, huh? Interesting. Do I have mining productivity? No, I don't, because for some reason, the first mining productivity tech is locked behind advanced electronics, which is locked behind fuel production. I don't know why Pyanodon has chosen to do this, because that is incredibly annoying. That 10% mining productivity makes a massive world of difference. It makes a massive world of difference. And, well, by massive, I mean it is the difference between needing 30 mining drills for a yellow belt as opposed to 28-ish mining drills. It is probably the difference between 12 and 13 molybdenum mines as well, if it applies to the molybdenum mines. I would always prefer productivity on my mines versus speed. I would take productivity any day of the week. Speaking of productivity, I could make modules as soon as I get circuit 2s, and I am really looking forward to that because 4% productivity, although that speed reduction is huge. If I got beacons and I could beacon some speed to offset that productivity speed loss, that would be fantastic. So as I had mentioned before, I took the route here, the straighter of the routes, to bring my mining drills in. I'm going to clean up some of this rock material. In this volcanic zone. Looks like I already cleaned up a good portion of it around the molybdenum patch to begin with. Seeing the salt over here is also really, really nice. I like salt. Salt is yummy and tasty. Beautiful salt. Oh, I don't need that splitter for now. So this will be the drill heads in. I also need to bring power in. Of course, even more rocks in the way. What is the shortest route to bring power in? Well, to start, I need to actually hook things up. So that once I do turn the lights on, everything can get fed. I think that would feed all of the inserters. Pretty sure, and then just probably have to hook it up onto that line. So whatever line I draw here, straight line. Beautiful big electric poles. Stupid rocks. So that's power. So as soon as the drill heads make their way, meander the rest of the way, they're right there. Ooh, big quartz. 3 acetylene per mining operation. So yeah, once all the drill heads are fed in, how quickly do you consume drill heads? Energy consumption, 68.7 kilowatts at 800% efficiency. Yeah, you're really, really slow burns there. I have to go northwards with this. Hello, my kitty. You're so cute. Okay, I need this brought in on this lane. I'm going to draw as straight of lines as possible. Holding down my left mouse button, and when I get into build range, that apparently was not in my build range yet. Okay, so that is further north. Yet still outside of my build range, which sucks. that again. Make sure that that's actually the line. Yes, that is actually the line. There we go. That is exactly what I wanted. Off we go! Probably gonna run into a larger than 4 gap at some point. Well, guess what? We've got some landfill coming up that I can actually start to use already. Oh, so slow, so slow, so slow through the very pretty volcanic zone. I like the blue volcanic. The blue and the green look okay, but I like the blue. I really like the blue. There's also purple and red, but I like the blue. I like the blue. I like the blue. The blue looks closer to cobalt blue, which I love. Loving the blue. Landfill. It's amazing. Oddly enough, now there's trees in the way. Where were you, trees, when I needed you? Before? Long ago? I remember that time I was looking all over the place for a forest to make science so that I could start automating production of wood. That was a long time ago now. 80 hours-ish ago. Remember, I beat my Angels playthrough in less than 100 hours. With space extension. I don't think that's really gonna happen here. That is probably not gonna happen here. In any way, shape, or form. You might be lucky to get away with about 400, 500. I'm sure there are people who have played this that have taken over 1,000 hours to get to the end. hopefully this won't take that long. I would like to maybe play some other games. Maybe. I can foresee that we'll probably be on version 17 stable by the time we wrap this one up. And then I have no idea what I'm going to do when Pyanodon releases Alien Life, because it's not like you can just add that into an existing playthrough, adding in a mod that changes the science recipes. So if I did this right, this will just connect directly in, and we should be good to go. I just need to add some electricity into the mix. And that, as they say, is that. So I want to see the molybdenum as it comes in, make sure that everything is operational, primed and fully operational. So slow. So slow going through this stuff. Should put down a radar at the molybdenum. Hey, speaking of molybdenum, here it is. Here it is. It has arrived. The molybdenum ore has arrived. The beautiful molybdenum. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Oh, Pyanodon! Oh, Pyanodon. You have not done the randomized ore yet for molybdenum. You have not updated the sprite sheet for molybdenum ore to give some random variation. I'm calling you out. You did everything else, but you haven't done molybdenum yet. You redid the aluminium, you redid all, like, the tin, the nickel, the titanium, the borax, even, and the quartz. You haven't done the molybdenum yet. Oh boy. You haven't done the molybdenum yet. Lasers! They fire lasers. It actually fires lasers. These require 2 laser drills, don't they? Two laser turrets to make. Where is it? Here. Yes, it does require 2 laser turrets. Oh. Because each one has 2 lasers. I have to reposition myself. Slowly but surely. We're getting there. They're firing the lasers. More like lightning than lasers, but yeah. Also, smoke. Steam. So I was here to place down one of you. What is that going to do? That's going to ideally clear up some of the gaps here. Maybe it'll find something interesting for me. Something non-ore, but similar to all this freaking kimberlite. And it'll show me when these drills stop working as well. That's part of the point. Speaking of part of the point, I think it's Alt-Y. Add this molly patch. Add some molly. Okay, now that molly has been taken care of, I can go back and we can see our plates being made. Briefly pull out the first molly plates. Ooh, a tin rock. Ooh, a nickel reserve. Stuffs and things. Stuffs and things. Thingies. Beautiful thingies. You need the random ore here. We need the updated sprite sheets. Next time Pyanodon comes on, if he doesn't watch this far. Gotta tell him about this molybdenum not being updated yet. Oh, so slow through volcanic. Stupid volcanic slowdown. Stupid volcanic slowdown. Oh, it's still meandering. The ore is still meandering. Well, while we wait, how about reviewing the process for nickel? So nickel is next, because nickel will be needed for various things going forward. So, nickel. Nickel plates. We are going to be doing nickel plates from molten nickel. Molten nickel is in a casting unit. Just add sand castings. I do have those being bussed along with borax, so that is fine. We have one recipe at the moment to make molten nickel. We can make that out of grade 4 nickel in a basic oxygen furnace. A beautiful boff. Just add borax and oxygen. And a fuel source, of course, of course. As I had said, I do have borax and sand castings on the bus, so that is just fine. I could do this in line if I really wanted to. Probably won't, but we shall see. See, I've got my borax and sand castings right there, in fact, along with oxygen. So all of that can be done up here. The grade 4 nickel is made in a ball mill from grade 3. So grade 4 is made from grade 3. Always. Grade 3 is always going to come from 2 grade 1s in an automated screener. And this is going to give you grade 2 and 1, or it gives you grade 2 plus rejects plus gravel. So, what do you do with the grade 2? The grade 2... Excuse me. So the grade 2 converts into grade 1 in an impact crusher. So grade 2 to 1 in an impact crusher. The rejects are converted into grade 1 in a secondary crusher. So there is some cyclical shenaniganry going on with the nickel processing, which I do dislike. I really this I dislike whenever there's this cyclical logic. I'd rather there be ways for the grade 2s and the rejects to go into the grade 3s and not the grade 1s that end up it. So what this actually looks like is there is a percentage chance that you'll get a grade 2 or a reject when converting the nickel grade 1 into 3. Then the grade 2 will have a chance of being converted back into grade 1, which then has a chance of giving you another grade 2, grade 1, 2, etc. until eventually it stops and you end up with nothing. So dealing with that RNG is a little bit annoying. Same, I would suppose, with the rejects. I just dislike doing that math. You can do that math, I just don't like doing it. So that will eventually come from the grade 1 that's made in a jaw. So the ore gets converted into stuff. Yes, ore into grade 1 in a jaw crusher. So ore. Finally finished with my coffee. Oh, stuff's moving. We've got our first molybdenum plates. Hallelujah. The first molybdenum plates have arrived. Right. I did not plan this correctly, did I? I made a rookie mistake anyway. This can be fixed. Nothing is unfixable. It means having to do this and that. As I said, nothing is unfixable. I'm assuming that I can output all of that with 2. We shall see. If it backs up. Okay, this is emptying. It does. It barely is fast enough. Alright, that's good. That takes care of the things. That helps a lot to take care of the things and the stuff and all of the things. All of the glorious things. Oh, right. I forgot about you. I forgot about you. I'm gonna have to burn it. No ifs, ands, ors, or buts about it. I'm gonna have to burn that sulfur. Why am I heading down here? I am heading down here in order to pick up filter inserters. Because I don't feel like sorting through... Because I don't want to mess up my direct insertion that I currently have, so I'm picking up my filters. I completely forgot that I make sulfur there. Ugh. 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 Ay, 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 ay. So... burner line. Which one was it being made in? You. Sulfur. Why is this okay? This is okay because I have enough burners here that the end of the line is empty. So there shouldn't be any problem with the sulfur being picked up and burned and then emptying out. Okay, that is that taken care of. See, this is why I want to be here to watch as the plates get made at the end, because you catch things like I didn't have anything for the sulfur that's coming out of this. I didn't have a means of dealing with the sulfur. The tiny fraction of sulfur that comes out of this. So I'm realizing this is greater than a yellow belt. Ah, boy. That still doesn't fix it completely. What would fix it is... you. Back one. You. Back one. That fixes it. Guaranteed. So this makes sure that the full throughputs out are being consumed, that everything has access to the full outputs. Once these eject their backup, this will look more like this one. So now none of these machines should back up, theoretically, until the whole system backs up when the chest fills. But Molly, it's Molly. I finally got Molly. Beautiful Molly plates. So, nickel! Nickel is the next thing. Now, speaking of nickel, I already had planned and had mining drilled my nickel over here. Do I want to do it there, though? Is there a better nickel closer up here, maybe? I don't see one off the top. There is this 19 over here that is denser. Of course, the 11 right there. And what about over here? There is a 6.6. A 12 way out there. Because I'm thinking about the logistics of feeding the system. And basically, if I'm doing this one, I have to bring either the nickel in or over to someplace more convenient to process it. That reminds me, I definitely need more chromium. I need to improve my chromium mining and production. I need to do the same thing with titanium as well, although I am a little bit more fearful on the titanium. I'm not consuming a lot of it, so it's not like I necessarily need to get the titanium flowing anytime soon. But my concern with the titanium is, of course, the requirements on the acetylene needed to mine titanium, especially since I've already set up my lead mining, and I don't have enough acetylene to even feed the full setup for this at the moment. It's silver! Yay. So even though I'm backed up on the lead plates, the way that I set this up is capable of continually giving me some silver. Regardless. Though the silver is just stockpiling for the moment. Need to figure out something to do with this silver. Eventually. At some point. Anyway. So, I need jaw crushers, impact crushers, and all that other good stuff. I've got some of these buildings back at the beginning of my bus, so I will head in that general direction. Make it through my maze of crap to make it a little bit easier on myself. Let's see, Mahusivs. Mahusivs with 381. That's not too bad. And then mediums, 150. Nah, that's crap. That's craptacular. Oh, Kitty, you're gonna You gonna groom yourself now? You've decided it's time? You need to do that more often. But what you need to do is you need to stop pulling chunks out of your own fur. Ay, ay, ay. And we wonder why he looks like a Scraggle cat. Anyway, you have stuff and things. Alright, this has... Oh, a factory, I want that. I want those, I want those. Why is this not, like, sorted? Could you, like, auto-sort, please? That would be nice. That's what I don't like about the car inventory either, is that it doesn't auto-sort. It's like, please, could you sort for me? Ball mills. Yep, need that. Don't think I need a solid separator. Pull some copper, stone, and bricks, and chromium, and iron, and tin, and titanium, and lead, and duralumin, and glass. Think that's about it. Oh, pull these. Aluminium. Inserters. Secondary crusher. Think we're good. Don't need an HPF at the moment. Alright. What else do I need? A impact crusher, which is this. Grab some of my thingies. Grab some of these thingies. Still needs wood, apparently. Impact crusher. Oh, I need, small parts. Where's my buffer? You there. Impact secondary screener. Automated screener. That is here. Then I have the ball mill and then basic oxygen furnace. Boffs! The beautiful boffs. Alright, I will do this down here. So this is the counting the machines part of doing the nickel chain. So as with every other chain that we've done thus far, that I have done on screen, it is time to go over the numbers of the machines. I've gone through what machines I need. Now to do the counts. So jaw crusher, impact crusher, secondary crusher, automated screener, ball mill, and basic oxygen furnace. And then, of course, will come the casting machine at the tail end of this process. So, this is the nickel chain. Grade 1 nickel. 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 Wait. Yes, 2 into 1. Yeah, that's right. Nickel, nickel, and nickel. All the nickel. Alexa, stop. No, Echo, stop. What's it doing? There we go. It finally stopped. It stopped. So, nickel chain. There we go. Screenshot. That's the nickel chain. Now, nickel chain minus logistics, minus what the heck to do with the extra stone and gravel that you'll end up with, and sand. Stone and sand and gravel, apparently, are the issues here. And then you need fuel in. So, about that, say. Now, let's have a gander at what the math is going to look like here. So, if I'm pulling in a full yellow belt of nickel ore, 9, so let's get that noted. X9. 9 will make 3 items per second of grade 1. 3 of grade 1 to deal with. Oh, joy. Okay, that's interesting. That is incredibly interesting math. So I thought it was going to be a guaranteed grade 3, and then a percentage on the grade 2 and rejects. This gives you a guaranteed grade 2 reject and gravel, and a 50% chance at the grade 3. And it's a 2 grade 1 per craft as well. So I have to consider... So what is the actual percentage here? So you're guaranteed to get a single 2 out of this. So you're guaranteed the single 2 for 2 grade 1s. So 2 grade 1s will always give you a single grade 2. And a single grade 2 has a 50% chance of giving you back a single grade 1. And it's... with the rejects, it's 3 rejects for a 50% chance of a grade 1. Alright, that gives you 3 per second. I'm thinking... ultimately, the difference is probably going to be the difference between 3 and 4. Here, and, gosh, I hate this cyclical BS with the math and percentage chances. Okay, let's logic time. So we know that it's guaranteed going to be 3 per second G1 from the ore. Guaranteed 3 per second on the G1 from the ore. That... yes, everyone loves geometric series. Oh, joy. So... I just need to know what the ultimate the actual percentage is in the end, but it's made less clear because it's not a 1-to-1 in this step as well. So you get 1.5 per second of G2 and rejects out of that. Of G2 plus rejects, which in turn, half of the G2s go back into G1s, which then means you have 3.75 G1s, which then means you have more G2s, which that goes on and on and on and on from there. On and on and on and on from there. Now, trying to think, does this ultimately mean you end up with what's half of 25? 12.5% more of the input of G1 because it's 2 G1 per G2. So it's 2 G1 per G2 in order to get to G1 out of this. That's a 25% chance to get the two. Well, it's 2 consecutive 50s hitting. So I just assume that that's 25% of getting the two G2s. I hate this math. I hate this math. And then it gets even more complex when you get into the rejects, which is you need 3 rejects for a 50% chance, which is 6 G1 nickel that's been processed into the 3 rejects to get a 50% chance. I'm just gonna say that. Let's see, what's 3 per second times 1.25? That's 3.75. I'm going to say that the 3 screeners, it would make sense to me if this ultimately ends up being 4 per second, that it adds 1, an even 1, in the end to the amounts. Speaking of which, this is. I'm looking for numbers of machines here, and that needs to include the numbers of machines for dealing with the rejects. So, if this is going to give me 2 per second, I'm going to need to make sure that, or yeah, 2 per second. Sure, why not? We'll go with that. I'll need to make sure I have 4 of these impact crushers. And 1 secondary. So 4 impact crushers is what I'll do. 1 secondary, 3 screeners. Fortunately, from here it's simple. It's 1 per second. on the grade 3. 1 per second on the grade 3. Oh great, that's 2 ball mills. And 1 per second on the grade 4. To consume that's going to need 3 furnaces. Just trying to think here what the actual output's going to be. That's going to be 1 per second. 1, not 1.13. 18.75 over 1.13. 1659. So it's going to be greater than that, so I could have a second casting machine as well. Or I could overbuild and just say, you know what, let's have 4 of these, a 5th one of those. And that might work out, but no, I'm just gonna go with the numbers I have established here. I'm going to assume that the geometric series adds 1 to the grade 1 in the end. It might be a little bit more than that, might be a little bit less, but ultimately you're dealing with percentage chances anyway, so you could end up with a heck of a lot more during certain periods, or none at all for certain periods. I'm just going to assume that it will average out to about 1, plus 1 over what's guaranteed coming in, so that will end up meaning 2 casting machines, little over 6.25. Something tells me it's actually going to end up being exactly half of a yellow belt out, because that would make the most amount of sense to me. That ultimately that you end up with, if you have a yellow belt in of ore, that you end up with a half of a yellow belt out of plates on the nickel. That makes some logical sense to me, so that's how I'm going to operate my assumptions on. And just pray that it's 2 casting machines for 7.5 per second of nickel with what I've got here. So 1 more casting, 2 more buffs, 3 more impact crushers. I'll need 2 more automated screeners, so I need to grab more circuits. Only need the 1 secondary crusher, fortunately. Should have the jaw. No, I'm too short on the jaw crushers. Okay. Give me these. Give me that. Give me 2 more jaw crushers. Where are you? Right there. Duralumin. Duralumin. And steel. Well, steel I have, fortunately. Ball mills I have 4 of. Yeah, the circular logic on the on some of the ore processing is not nice. Is how I'll put it. It's not nice. if I actually remembered how to properly do the math of geometric series, that would have helped, but or do that math to determine exactly what the percentages are and things, but I don't feel like doing that math. That is a bit beyond my mental capability at the moment of being able to just do it in my head without cracking out something to write on. Or loading up Google and having it tell me what the answer is. Because let's be real here, that's what I'm sure most would do in that situation. Yeah, stuffs exists. So, next question is, where the heck am I going to put these machines? Because I am, not particularly interested in running this on my bus and extending the bus further, but, that does pose its own set of challenges. In that I would then need to bring in a line of borax and sand castings and a pipe of oxygen. And I would need to set up a bunch of burners. Oh, and I need to hook power up down here. And I need to bring syngas out here to mine the nickel. But at the very least, I have planned out and made the buildings. So I can at least say that we got to that point on the nickel. Right, and it looks like I didn't even put down all of the mining drills either. That is a little sucky. So I'll need to go grab the mining drills too. Fortunately, I should have the syngas to feed this. Mining time is 200%, so I need 60 total mining drills for a yellow belt. It's too bad that the mining productivity is locked after a blue tech for the first mining productivity, which is not a blue tech. Boy. That would cut it down from 60 to 56 at least. So I just need to finish those, and that would give me 60. Yep. Alright, well, I guess on my way back, I can take this power pole with me. Actually, it's probably closer to go to the niobium. Right up here. That might be closer. I'm gonna go here anyway, even if it's not, so... Yeah, it looks like I had stored my niobium pipes, too, so I'm going to need to grab some pipes anyway. That's that. Grab some pipe. Maybe stick some belt in my car until I lose the car and wonder where the heck did all my belt go. I'll be like, I know that I have a car with some belt in it somewhere, and it won't be the car that I'm driving at the time. So, syngas. I have refined syngas up here. Syngas is needed for... This is steam. It's needed for aluminium. No, that's coal gas. It's needed for zinc. That's a bit far away. I guess it would be simpler just to run it from the main bus. We've only got 3 minutes left anyway. Oh, hello, aluminium reserve. Crack in the ground. I guess I can go ahead and do this setup, bring the syngas over. Probably gonna go down and over. O syngas, wherefore art thou? Where's a good spot? Probably here. That's not the right pipe. That's the pipe. So syngas. Come on down. So I'm glad that the molybdenum was finished today. Managed to get that fully done. Okay, so that's going to end up being really close to the tar. Now I am noticing that I do have this sand casting and borax right here. So that is convenient because I can just run it right over and have it. So I'm gonna do this line. So I have to go a little bit further back. That will be the line that I draw. I'm gonna go back and grab mining drills. I know it's now officially time to end off the stream. I just want to end things off by hooking up and getting some non-zero amounts of the nickel ore, and then we can go ahead and set up and do the logistics to make the plates tomorrow. But I need one of those. Stacks of mining drills. Going down, grabbing my pipe. Fortunately, the logistics for this shouldn't be too bad. Oh hey, it's a forest. Where was this forest when I needed it at the beginning of the game? Now that I'm thinking about it, this might have been the forest I was tapping at the beginning of the game. Could always be wrong, though. Probably wrong about that. Off we go. Bringing the syngas in. Now, it's 4 syngas per mining operation, I think I saw there. And if you're looking at 15 items per second from 60 mining drills, a mining operation is a half of a second. No, it's is at set to 0.5 operation per second. The mining speed 0.5 per second. If you want 15 per second, normally that's 30, but mining time 200%. So it's this value divided by 2, so it's 60 per second on the syngas. And there's the first of the nickel ore. And every single mining drill is operating because I have plenty of syngas to feed it. And in total, this will output a full throughput yellow belt once everything gets smoking. See, this is the updated sprites. The molybdenum does not have updated sprites for this ore yet. Everything else has been updated though. So with that, what got done today? Molybdenum mining and processing. So the mining started. Got the drill heads up to feed into this. Got the power sent out here. Got the belt out to feed into the actual area of processing. The area of processing is backed up, apparently, because of, I'm gonna guess, tailings at the moment for some reason or other, but I'll take care of that later. We've got 1,000 stored up molybdenum plates at the moment, so that's fine. Set up some... On top of doing the various logistics for all of that, I also set up some additional processing somewhere of the filtration media, through the addition of additional pure sand via sand extracting in sand extractors. So converting a little tiny bit of iron into little iron rods, converting them into beautiful sand, and from sand into beautiful pure sand. It is glorious, absolutely wonderful, beautiful thing. Why my... Oh, that explains a lot. So I'm full on Nexalit. That explains why the tailings are backed up a bit. Just a bit. My Nexalit's full. Guess that's a good problem to have, but I need to dump the spare tailings now. So we got that done today, and we started mining nickel, got the machines built. We just have to set them up and set up the logistics for it. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat, and I will be back tomorrow where we will continue and finish up doing the nickel plates. And from there, oh boy, from there, it's time probably for TPA, which means that it's time for gasoline and liquid nitrogen. And from there, aramid, and from there, stainless steel. Yay! We're hitting stainless steel very soon. Very, very soon. The goal is by the end of the week, so I will hopefully see you all tomorrow.